Hey, Real Nerds. There's many ways to enjoy the Real Nerds podcast. You can listen to us on Stitcher, iTunes, and now Spotify and iHeartRadio. You can see what we're up to around town by following us at Real Nerds on Instagram. And if you want to send us your thoughts, you can email us at realnerds@gmail.com or call us at 720-6nerds5. Like us on Facebook at Real Nerds Podcast or tweet us at Real Nerds. And now on with the show.
Camera, action!
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd can...
Doesn't talk film. I'm sorry.
Take it outside.
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action! Real nerds.
Welcome to Real Nerds Podcast. We are the best movie podcast in the whole world, and I don't think it's up for debate, right? Trusty companion, Brad?
No, yeah, it was scientifically proven in the latest Scientific American journal. So,
And you know how much we read Scientific Journal of America.
yeah, I mean,
or the made-up magazine you said.
there's a couple science documentaries that they list in there that we comb through to make sure that they're getting the reviews right.
That's what we do. Every week on Real Nerds, we see a new movie, and we podcast our experience to the world. This week, it was Argylle. Stay tuned, and we'll recommend the film or not, play the trailer, then spoil it. We'll also dive into some movie news and what we've been watching throughout the week. You know, movie style.
Yeah. Hey, Ryan, you sound great.
Oh,
how was your
thanks.
vacation?
My vacation was really fun. I went to Disneyland for 5 days. It poured rain for 2 of them. And then on the last day, on Sunday, I woke up and I'm like, man, I think I'm getting sick. But, you know, me, I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to go to Disneyland. And I remember just before we left, I was like, man, I'm really sick. And then the plane ride home was awful because there's like these huge like rainstorms that were happening in California. And so like leaving the Los Angeles area was some of like the worst turbulence I've ever been in. And it lasted for about 30 minutes, and then it was gone for 40 minutes, and then coming into Denver, it was really turbulent again.
Man.
So, yeah. But Disneyland was lots of fun. And when I got back, I never slow down. I am always doing something. I went and recorded Zach's podcast on Monday. And then on Tuesday, I had to take my kid to school and go to the grocery store and do all that stuff. Then yesterday, I went to work. And today, because I had to go yesterday because I was in a training. And today, I don't have any training. And I went into work, and the records division is right outside my office. And they're like, you look like shit still. I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be here today. And so I didn't want to infect anybody else. So I left.
Yeah, that's probably the best course of action right there. 'Cause
it is, but
you sound like you're about to lose your voice.
Yeah, I don't like calling into work. I like to go into work. But I almost have to be told not to work. I have this weird thing, and I have this guilty conscience about working, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, I have that too.
Yeah, well, I know. Yeah, and dude, and you know, I either got plain funk, or, you know, being around hundreds and thousands of kids for 5 days contributed to me being sick.
Yeah, we said you were sick at the park, so it's like it was probably the plane ride in.
Yeah, and I know you get sick on planes all the time too.
Yeah.
It's that recirculated oxygen, you know?
Really just feels like whenever you're surrounded a lot of people, you just get sick because people just don't care about spreading germs at all.
That, and for some reason, I get sinus infections really easily. Like the rest of my quote unquote body, I feel fine. It's like, you know, the pressure around my head and nose and stuff is what's driving me crazy.
Yeah.
But, it's all good in the hood.
Yeah. It'll be a week's worth of just annoyance, and then you'll be back to normal.
Yep, that's the plan.
Be ready for that Lisa Frankenstein episode.
Yes. And I'll probably sound like a fucking walking corpse.
Ryan, what'd you think?
Oh, really? Interesting.
Fascinating.
This week, though, Brad, we saw Argylle. Do you recommend Argylle?
No. It's not like a poorly made movie. Well, in some ways it's a poorly made movie, but yeah, the parts of it are charming and fun, but overall, like a lot like last week, it's there's those parts that are like super silly and corny. The CG, like, I didn't know this movie apparently cost $200 million, and a lot of the digital effects are pretty shoddy on that. But it seemed like a really roundabout way to retell Captain America: Winter Soldier.
I felt the same thing as I was watching it. I was like, this was done better with Captain America.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't think it's as bad as some people were making it out to be. I think there's fun to be had in it, but yeah, I agree. And one of the things that drives me crazy about some movies now is that they're just lazy and they use digital effects when they don't have to. And when they take you out of the movie, like at the beginning, there's this woman is riding a motorcycle, and you can tell it's a digital effect.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. It's the same thing I had about the new Fast and Furious movies. Like, you can show someone driving a motorcycle. It just drives me crazy.
Yeah, I imagine there's just like, given the person who's writing it, it was like a scheduling thing where like, we can't spend a whole day out on a Los Angeles freeway, green screening them or whatever. So there's like, oh, let's throw them in the studio for like 4 hours, and then she can go on to whatever gig she has next. So, but yeah, then there's like, yeah, Cavill and everything kind of is in the same boat on that scene. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, here's the trailer for Argylle.
I certainly hope you dance as well as you dress.
There's only one way to find out.
You and I, we're not so different. Agent Argylle.
Little help? Hold on.
The book is phenomenal, sweetie, but what happens next?
It's called a cliffhanger, Mother.
Ellie, it's called a cop-out.
Whoa, hey! There's a cat in there.
Oh my God, you're Ellie friggin' Conway.
Author of Argylle series, Ellie Conway.
I am such a fan.
Oh yeah? What is it you do?
Espionage.
Would you sign my book?
Here we go.
I love this book. Come on.
Who are these people?
Real life spies.
Why would they care about me?
Because you're a goddamn fortune teller, Ellie. What you wrote in your new book actually happened, and you kicked a hornet's nest you didn't even know existed.
I'm in some really big trouble, Mom.
Oh, so now you're experimenting with drugs.
I want all assets on them now. I need her to write the next chapter.
God, I hate that cat.
It's time for you to meet the real Agent Argylle.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Well, just like the trailer says, Bryce Dallas Howard plays a woman named Ellie, who is a writer of a spy novel, and the spy is named Argylle. And one of her plots of her book resembles too closely of this real underground spy organization. And so now they want to know what she knows. And she is chased across the globe by this, I even forget their name, the executors, bad spy guys.
Yeah, shit, what was that?
The cool thing is do you recognize Telluride? I did. They shot outside the New Sheridan.
Yeah, I didn't text you because you're on vacation or whatever, but like it was at the beginning of the movie. I was throughout the movie like, don't forget it's the Sheridan Opera House. That's so cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was kind of cool. And then she gets on some super fancy train that I've never seen in Colorado. And,
yeah, there's no like Japanese turbo rail in Colorado.
Yeah. And she's met by Sam Rockwell, and he is a spy, and she keeps on I don't know the right word, switching between being Harry Cavill because he's super handsome, and Sam Rockwell is, Sam Rockwell, and I don't know. And then eventually we learned that she used to be a super secret spy, and she was going to expose them. Oh, but wait, no, she wasn't going to expose them. She was their best evil agent. Oh, but wait, she double crosses the evil agent, and she's is a good person. Yeah, lots
of extra twists and turns late in the movie.
Yeah, when some of them are cool, but then when you start having too many, it kind of loses its luster. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and especially since I think like the opening setup for everything takes so long to establish like what the movie is.
Feels like the last third of the movie is nothing but twists.
Yeah.
Which, I was actually cool with, her parents not being her parents, even though I knew Bryan Cranston was going to be her dad when they set that up. But I didn't know that, her mom wasn't her mom. Like, there were some cool parts, but it's exactly like The Winter Soldier. It literally is, she gets in some sort of accident from skating, and she loses her memory, so then they brainwash her. And she's triggered by a sound and like words.
Yeah, a string of words, just like the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, and literally just like the Winter Soldier. And it just seems lazy. Like I've seen this story before, and the bad people in the Winter Soldier is who we've been led to believe are the good guys for the first, I forget how many Marvel movies were before that, but like 9 or 10 movies. So it's more shocking, Here it's just, let's have some really colorful, gun fight scenes.
Ugh, like in the trailer, like visually it looked cool, but when they put that, I don't know, song track over it, that's just, I don't know, a little more serious and everything. It's just like, it was so cringy.
Yeah. And
then she does the ice skating,
yeah,
which totally looks CGI'd. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's like, they're trying to be creative, but it's like Matthew Vaughn got in his own way when this happened. You know what I mean? Because he did the Kingsman, which I guess this is in the same universe.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So I guess Matthew Vaughn just makes Kingsman movies for the rest of his life.
But yeah, I don't know what my dog is pissed about. But yeah, and then it's like this spy thriller thing, and then like comedy, and then it cuts to this weird Matthew Vaughn where she breaks blades off of knives and puts them on her shoes, and she can ice skate now on oil. And then they said they don't want to shoot guns because they don't want to make it explode, but then she just starts like
Mowing everybody
people
down.
down.
Yeah, I know.
You forget your own rules in the movie.
Yep.
And it did seem too like Henry Cavill, like him and John Cena were in the movie, but they were just in front of green screens, like saying lines, and then they were inserted into the film.
Yeah, to that point, I figured like, okay, well, it's the storybook, so it's supposed to look a little fake.
Yeah,
You know, they have the whole thing where she writes that one scene and the fireworks shoot off and then they drop out because she like reverses it and goes back and rewrites it. So I was like, okay, like that sort of makes sense that the Henry Cavill scenes, the character of the book should be kind of a little bit fake. But, yeah, when she's on the ship with Sam Rockwell fighting, like all that stuff doesn't look great.
No.
And speaking of the Winter Soldier, which opens with Captain America fighting on a, like a oil rig ship, this one ends with that.
Yeah, and like this really convenient ending. First her mom shows up with this music box and starts chanting the words to turn her into the Winter Soldier. And so then she starts attacking Sam Rockwell, and then the one lady who you thought was dead isn't dead and just happens to be on the ship and just happens to stumble on him before she gets killed. I mean, I don't know. Like, there's fun things. I think Bryce Dallas Howard's always really fun. But the movie's too long, and
God. Yeah, I thought it was 3 hours.
I know, and it gets in its own way, you know?
Yeah. And Sam Rockwell, like, does a good job of being like the heart and soul of the movie. Like, he brings like at least some dramatic weight to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. It's not like a total train wreck, which some people were saying. It's just, and then this is going to be my huge backlash for Apple movies. Each one of their movies has cost $200 million. Killers of the Flower Moon does not look like a $200 million movie. I guess you're just paying that for all the actors that are in it. Napoleon does. I think Napoleon looks great. And then this one's $200 million too. And you go, what are you spending the money on? Because I'm watching Godzilla -1, and special effects are incredible, and it costs $15 million.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
And then there's also when Sam Jackson is receiving like the file, and it's like he's just like hamming it up, cheering, like waiting for this file to download. Like, yes, it's coming through.
I thought the same thing. I was like, what is he doing? Like, I don't.
Yeah, like he's at a comedy show, like laughing at jokes, like the funniest thing he's ever heard. But it's a file downloading.
And, as Matthew Vaughn says, I had you have a lisp in one Kingsman movie. This one, I just want you to cheer at some random green screen. Can you do that for me?
Which now I'm super confused because you're right. He's in that other Kingsman movie. And so he's this other character in this one. And now, like, apparently this is connected to that universe because I didn't fully understand the post-credits thing.
I know. Were you supposed to get excited about it? I don't know.
Yeah. Like, is it connected? Because the real life Henry Cavill stands up in the book Q&A looking all goofy looking. And then I think it flashes back to a younger version of him. Because I guess the next movies are the actual Argylle books they're going to make into movies. I didn't understand what they're doing.
I don't know either. I have no idea.
Like, it's such a weird, goofy setup.
It is. And like, I like the actors are good. And it's just a weird movie.
Yeah. Just really goofy, silly choices that kind of baffling what's going on.
Agreed. So yeah, not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but I will probably never watch it again.
Yeah.
I have no desire to, no push for me to see it again, I guess. Anyways,
Yeah, we forgot to mention.
hey,
Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
You forgot to mention the her spy name is Argylle because her real name was R. Kyle.
Oh, right. How did I forget that gem?
Yeah.
Yep. Every time you see a movie like this, I always say, man, I think I could write a movie in Hollywood.
Yeah. There's a lot of movies. They're just like, man, why am I still here? Like,
Yeah, totally.
why is it so hard for everyone else and so easy for them?
I know. It's always that. I think they just need that one break. You get that one break because Matthew Vaughn had those X-Men movies, and now because X-Men First Class is a cool movie, and then he did the Kingsman, which is fun,
Yeah, well, he had Kick-Ass way before that.
and he had Kick-Ass. Yeah, so I mean, he's made cool stuff, but now he's just way too Matthew Vaughn-y.
Or maybe they thought this movie was going to cost $200, and then as he was making it, he was like, man, I could actually made this for a lot less, but now I got to spend that money somewhere. So it's just like he made everything just a little extra, or a lot extra, I guess.
Yeah, it's
Like how you overcomplicate something. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And he's like, you know what? I really should just make this insane.
Yeah, I can afford this, the renting the volume, so I guess I'll do this motorcycle chase scene and add it to the movie.
I saw it at an Alamo, the Big Show.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's the only one that was early enough where I could see it and then go pick up my kid. And it was an Alamo for All screening, and which is normally fine. And usually people are still good, but there's this old couple in there, and the Big Show, that's a really big theater, and I don't know, there was like 15 people in it, and this old couple. So they did the Alamo for All screening PSA, and this lady says, "Oh, good, I like when we can talk in movies." I'm like, bitch.
Well, I don't.
She did, and oh my god. So yeah, that was my experience.
Did she do the "Who's he? Where are we?"
He's a bad guy.
Is that Superman?
I don't trust him, is what she said when Sam Rockwell came on screen.
Is that Jules?
I kept on hoping that Sam Rockwell would do like a little dance across the screen, but
Oh, I just remembered is when Bryce Dallas Howard actually takes off her heels to run away from that room. I was like, that's a nod to Jurassic World.
Oh, it is. I love her cat in it. The cat was fun.
Yeah, when it was real.
Yeah.
I think it was even CGI when it was on the tabletop when Sam Rockwell's like reviewing the folder and he pushes it off.
That's what I mean. It's like, what the fuck, man?
It's like
I get it's CGI when it has to jump at, Bryan Cranston's face. But
which is another, like, he's got the gun pointed at everybody and he still like is able to takes a pause and just like lets them like, hey, have some last words. Like, you've been chasing these people down for very viciously for most of the movie, and now you're going to take a break.
Yep.
And you're even though, like, a cat's not going to kill you. Like, you could probably shoot either one of them. Like, you can get a shot off before you hit the ground. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you cannot get a cat off your face. Especially when they probably weigh it, 10, 12 pounds. Good luck.
Yeah, so silly. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Here's the big movie news of the week.
It's real news.
Unfortunately, Carl Weathers passed away.
He did.
Who is, obviously my favorite Schwarzenegger film is Predator. But, I mean, he gained notoriety for being in Rocky.
Yeah, Apollo Creed.
And he's just one of those cool dudes. You know what I mean? Like, he would later be in The Mandalorian, and he had a presence about him. Such a cool actor.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. For The Mandalorian, I think his story wrapped up, right? Like,
yeah,
it left in a good place.
yeah, it did. And so, yeah, it's a bummer. And I mean, obviously, Happy Gilmore and stuff. He's great in Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, he's got iconic, memeable presence in that.
Yeah.
Action Jackson. It's not a great movie, but he's
Yeah,
great.
but
He's great in it.
and his intro in Predator, I think, is one of the best.
Oh, iconic.
In anything, where he's like, "'Cause some damn fool accused you of being the best." Just sitting in the corner smoking a cigar and shit.
Yeah. What's the matter,
Awesome.
Dylan? They got you pushing pencils? Yeah.
Yeah. But then he takes on the Predator like a fucking badass, or he gets his arm blown off.
Yep.
That's the things I like to see.
Yeah, that stuck with me when I was 7. That arm falling to the ground, still shooting.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So, yeah. So make sure you watch a Carl Weathers movie, soon, because it's definitely, he has a lot of fun ones, and you won't be sorry.
Yeah. He was like 70, right? 70-ish in his 70s.
I think 72.
Yeah. Kind of a surprise.
Yeah, I think he must have had. They said he passed away peacefully, so I'm wondering if he had some sort of illness that wasn't disclosed.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have to, and hopefully he just, he'll always live on because of the work he's done.
For sure.
And only the other big thing is Disney announced a lot of dates for their movies upcoming, but the big surprise was Moana 2 was never previously announced, and it's coming out in November. So, which when I was reading an interview with Bob Iger, they were going to do like a limited series on Disney Plus, and when a lot of people watch it, said this is too good and looks too good to be on Disney Plus. We should put it on a big screen. So they have basically re-edited it to make it a full-length feature film, because he thought it deserved to be on the big screen. So that's good to hear.
Wow. Yeah, so we're getting 2 big animated things for Disney this year, because Inside Out's over the summer, right?
Yep. Yeah, so Moana's in November. And yeah, Inside Out, I think, is June.
Yeah. I don't know. I like they kind of went back to like the one big thing a year, because they felt like they burned themselves out doing the 2. But
yeah, I think that's kind of the thing that he's refocusing on, because he left. Did he leave in 2020 or 2019, something like that? And they kind of put all their eggs in their basket on Disney Plus, and he realized that they kind of oversaturated themselves. So that's why. I mean, this year there's only Wolverine and Deadpool, or Deadpool 3, whatever it's going to be called, is the only Marvel movie from them coming out. So I think they're kind of resetting everything, which I'm guessing at Comic-Con they'll start announcing more. And but yeah, they locked down a date for, lockdown Marvel movies is quote unquote, but Fantastic Four and stuff that's already been shooting, like Thunderbolts and
none of it matters until we see a trailer with a date on it. And even that's specious.
Yes.
Like Dune.
Agreed. Yeah. Dune like got moved, and then it moved back, and then it's coming out earlier. So, which I still haven't seen the original. Well, the remake original. So I should probably watch that before the second one comes out. Hey, we watch stuff throughout the week in a segment I call What We've Been Watching.
So, yeah, this is the stuff we've been watching.
Brad, what'd you watch this week?
Not a lot, actually. I took a break from watching a lot of feature films and just focused on rewatching The Simpsons.
You know what's funny is I watched 9 episodes of The Simpsons on my plane flights.
It's so easily digestible, especially like, those early seasons, which I started at season 2.
Yeah.
I still haven't gone through. I've never even first watched a lot of like season 13 through 20 or 30, or it feels like The Simpsons have been in like season 30 for the longest time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really on 34, but it just feels like I've been in the third decade of them for 20 years when that's not true. But anyway, yeah, so I watched a bunch of the classic episodes and like, oh man, like I knew there was like a lot of episodes to love, but it felt like as I was watching, it's like every episode was a banger. Like,
oh yeah, when you go back through that time, because sorry to interrupt you, but I'll chime in. So when I fly on planes, I usually download The Office or The Simpsons. Well, I can't download The Office anymore because it's on Peacock, or something like that I can watch in like 20-minute bites. And as I go through, because I love the Conan O'Brien era, which is basically season 3 through season 4. And I started with the Treehouse of Horrors with the evil Krusty doll, because there's so many little like gems where Marge, a child's trying to kill me, and the toaster's been laughing at me.
Yeah,
like just shit like that. But then you go from that, and my favorite episode is Cape Fear. And then you realize that Conan O'Brien also wrote the B Sharps episode, Marge versus the Monorail. And I love the stuff that involves Mr. Burns because I think he's so funny as a character.
Mm-hmm.
The Rosebud episode with his Bobo I watched. And yeah, back to you though. Yeah, I agree. They're just so great. And it seems like each episode just builds on the greatness of the one that came before it.
Yeah. Like I haven't watched like since the DVDs first came out, like I haven't done like a hard rewatch, and just you think like my perception was that there's 4 or 5 great episodes in the season, and there's like everything else is pretty okay, like and pretty awesome compared to other shows. Mm-hmm. But like watching it this time, it was like every episode just hit like, oh, there's that thing, and there's that like famous thing, and there's that thing I love, and then like it kept even after like the Conan O'Brien era, I expected it to dip a little more, but even up to through season 8, I was just like, man. Yeah. I remember these episodes even more than those episodes. And then there's stuff like, man, I thought this thing I quoted constantly in my daily life was from like early Simpsons, and it's like season 9 and 10.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
And you realize how
big time
brilliant of a show it is. It is such a brilliant show.
Yeah. And even at season 8, I think there's some joke that the writers make through The Simpsons about like, how much more of this can we possibly do? Like it kind of feels like they have their own burnout going and they wrote it into the show. But
yeah,
yeah, I'm on season 11 now, and it is starting to kind of take a dip where I'm just like, I'm not as interested in what's going on. And a lot of the episodes are The Simpsons go to Hawaii, or The Simpsons go to Arkansas, or Homer like takes on this identity or something, and so it's a little gimmicky.
Yeah,
like they're just writing like, oh, let's just put them in a gimmick so that we can just write a bunch of jokes about that gimmick, and there's like really no character development thing going on.
Yeah, I've stood on this hill for a long time though. I'll actually take a mediocre episode of The Simpsons above a lot of television.
Oh, for sure.
Because even the episodes that aren't very strong, there is always that nugget of it being Simpsons, if that makes sense, where there's always something you can latch on to. It's like, okay, this is, mildly amusing. And I've always felt that way about The Simpsons. And it's a bummer that they stopped making, DVDs at season 20, because even season 20's DVD isn't that great as far as extras, because the other seasons are so brilliant as far as like taking the medium of DVDs and getting the most out of it.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the next 20 years that I've missed hold. Like what do they do for all that time? So, yeah. And then the last
Yeah,
thing,
I go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
no, I was going to move on. So if you have something else you want to add.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, I did start watching a lot of the later Treehouse of Horrors. I downloaded them when I went on my last plane flight, and they're not quite as good, but still fun.
Yeah, actually, I forgot. I did I went in reverse order. I went to what's the most recent Treehouse of Horror referencing, and so I just went backwards from there, just without binging the whole season. So anyway, real quick, the last two things I watched were in the theater, and there's not a lot to talk about, so I'll just hit them real quick. But I saw Past Lives, and it was a good movie, but it's just like a somber drama about these two people who grew up in Korea, and then the one friend moves to America, and then he doesn't get over her, so years and years later he tracks her down, and she's already married, and it's just awkward when he visits and her husband's there, and he definitely has a thing for her, and he's trying to rekindle it, and yeah, it's just a nice movie. I guess pretty simple. And then I saw She Is Conan, which I pitched as a possible weekly episode, but yeah, it's a lot of style, and the substance is super confusing. Not sure what's going on. It's so weird. You have no idea how weird it gets.
Yeah, I mean, I had a feeling it was going to be weird just based on the trailer alone. But...
Yeah, and not a fun weird for me. It was just this is boring and confusing and just arbitrary. Stuff is just happening, and it's clearly one of those things that French movies that Ryan would hate.
All right, well, I'm glad I didn't see it then.
Yeah, but style for days. It's gorgeous in places and really creative, but I was so bored by the end of just let's wrap this up. I don't care. And I got excited because the server was it's only 90 minutes or 80 minutes or something like super short. I was like, awesome.
Yeah.
And then it felt like it was 3 hours long by the time I was done watching it.
That's not good.
Yeah. So it felt twice as long. I was like, maybe the server was wrong. What'd you watch?
Well, I've been doing that thing where I told you last week where I have too many movies that I haven't watched. So this week I rewatched Let There Be Carnage, the second Venom movie, and it is really saved by Tom Hardy's performance, because the rest of the movie is pretty silly.
Yeah,
but I do get a kick out of the duality of what he's doing. So yeah, I mean it's an okay movie. I rewatched Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves, which is a really fun movie. I think that's one of the movies from last year that's some of the most fun I had watching.
Yeah, I rewatched it recently too, and yeah, it was probably my top 20.
Agreed.
Last year, yeah.
But I couldn't crack my top 10, but it's definitely an entertaining movie. And when I was watching it, Laura saw it with me in theaters, and when she started rewatching, she says, "Oh, I really do like this movie a lot." And so yeah, it's definitely holds up through repeated viewings. And the last thing I watched was one I haven't seen. It's called The Furies, which is a Criterion that I got when Barnes & Noble does their half-off sale. And I picked it up because I like the actress in it. Her name's Barbara Stanwyck. It's from 1950, and it's a Western. And The Furies is the name of the ranch that her father owns. And he loves it. He's super protective about it. All she wants is to inherit it. So she learns how to run it. Because it's the 1870s, there's these Mexican squatters on the land that they're trying to get off. And there's also this guy named Darrow whose father was killed by TC, who is the father of Barbara Stanwyck's character, who she is infatuated with, but he ends up taking her money. And then she goes on this revenge tour where her father finds a widow that he's going to marry, and she's going to take over the business, and she doesn't like it, and then conflict ensues. It's kind of like a noir thriller set to a Western backdrop, and it's really good, and it's shot really well, in a really interesting way with a lot of the principal actors in the background and a lot of stuff in the foreground. It did win an Oscar for cinematography, and I can see why. It's really well made, and yeah, it's kind of it's just a cool movie.
You said it's a Criterion?
It is a Criterion, and the Criterion's cool. They have really cool special features on it, and one of the special features, they do this for a couple of them, because I also have Red River from Criterion that does this as well. It actually comes with the novel that it's based off of, too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's really cool. There's about an hour and a half of bonus features, and then they have a commentary plus the novel, which I won't read the novel as part of me watching these Blu-rays, but I will read it when I get all caught up, which I've done, I think, 9 of these, so I only have 312 more to go.
It's its own little punishment, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. It's actually, I mean, I'm actually having kind of fun with it. You know, the hardest part is, you know, when it pops up in the randomizer is, you know, forcing yourself to watch whatever popped up. And, you know, Venom 2 was one where it's like, do I really want to watch this today? But Venom 2 is also only 96 minutes long. So, you know.
That's a movie I own just because the cover art was so badass, but I will probably never pop it in to actually watch it.
I seriously have the exact same thing. Like the Steelbook is awesome. And you know, like the movie it's entertaining enough. But and the special features were only like 15, 20 minutes. So it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
So yeah. And that's what I watched this week.
What are we watching next week?
Next week, we are seeing Lisa Frankenstein, A Date for the Dead. I don't even know.
I've already seen it.
I know. I saw that you went to it, but I don't even know. I was either that or The Chosen, so.
Yeah, no, it's fine. We'll do that. I'll just have to remember by next week what I watched.
Yeah. Well, I'll try to see it soon so we can record really quick.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, until next week, we'll see you at the movies.
Well, a real nerd knows who shot. A real nerd can follow the plot. And a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action. Real nerds.
Thanks for listening to Real Nerds Podcast, a Nebulous Visions production. Stream or download episodes, read articles at realnerdspodcast.com. Stream us on Apple or Google Podcast, Stitcher, Spotify, or iHeartRadio. Follow us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast. Twitter and Instagram, @Real Nerds. Watch us on YouTube, Real Nerds Podcast. Email us at realnerds@gmail.com. Call us at 720-6nerds5. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill, Mike at Plan 9 Studios, and Bolognium for all of our groovy theme songs. And that's how you fucking do it!